What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Halloween Horror 3. Today I'm going to be reviewing Ernest Scare Stupid for day 2, and I apologize for the glare. So it was great revisiting this movie. Such a fun class. It was released in 1991. I feel like I gotta sneeze, so just bear with me here. Stars Jim Varney and what is her name? Does it say on here? It does not. I don't know why it doesn't. I can't remember the actress's name, but I think she voiced the Queen in Emperor's New Groove. I think she was in Harriet the Spy, and I think she was one of the earlier Catwomen. One of the early actresses to portray Catwoman back in the 1960s Batman. I believe that was the same actress. Do not quote me on that. And I also think she was in Holes too. She was Zero's ancestor, Madam something. Like I don't, and again, don't not quote me on that. Ernest Scare Stupid, such a fun movie. It basically follows Ernest. He is a garbage man, and some of the local kids do like him. They enjoy talking to him. He's always willing to help them out, and of course these kids, they deal with school bullies, which is a cliche thing that continues to go on in movies. I feel like it's at this point, it's not worth doing them anymore. I just feel like it's so overplayed. But then again, it's the same with sex scenes. Every movie has to have a sex scene because, like they say, sex sells, and apparently so does having bullies in your film. So it's the cliched '90s, bully thing. But not everybody in town is fond of Ernest. The sheriff kind of gives him a hard time. I think the mayor can't stand him. I believe it's the mayor. And yeah, it's just, he's trying to do the right thing and everybody wants to give him, crap for it. But the kids do like him and, he's always has them to talk to and everything. Well, a troll ends up, coming back to life. We do kind of get a backstory, almost like a similar type of feel when it comes to Hocus Pocus, where the story of these trolls are being told, and then it leads to the person telling the story in the classroom. So I thought it was pretty cool, and which is funny because this came out before Hocus Pocus. This was 91, Hocus Pocus was 93. So yeah, we got this troll who basically takes the kids and turns them into these wooden statues. And of course, as we started to see these kids go missing and now parents are getting concerned, Ernest is trying to let them know, hey, it's a troll. Same with one of the kids who is kind of like the main lead kid in this, and he's trying to be like, have Ernest's back, like, yeah, Ernest is telling the truth, this is what's going on, but nobody wants to believe him. So eventually this troll decides it wants to create more trolls and bring this whole army of trolls to terrorize this town. So of course, it's Ernest up to save the day, and we do find out that their weakness is milk, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a classic in its own right. Doesn't need a 4K. I would like to see a 4K. I think if we got a 4K and it was cleaned up nicely, this movie would look 10 times better. Now, I know there's a Blu-ray release out there. I'm not 100% sure on how the quality is. It's been long out of print, but it was such fun revisiting this one. I have not seen this one since probably the time of its release on VHS. That is no joke. It's just watching it just brought back so many great memories. I was a huge Ernest fan. I think my father actually had, I want to say we had Ernest Goes to Jail recorded, and we might have had this one. Because I think those were the only two I remember like watching a lot as a kid. And yeah, just some of those classics, when he sees something disgusting, he starts moving his jaw, the type of thing. I thought it was funny. But yeah, I wish I could say more. I just one thing I love about revisiting old films is just the fashion, the placement products, the stuff that food and drinks used to be in, and what their original logos look like. That is always cool and fun. Jim Varney, he truly, truly missed. A wonderful actor, a wonderful human being, and yeah, it was great to revisit this one. Sometime down the road, I would like to buy all the Ernest films and kind of go through all of them so I can do reviews for them. But Ernest Scared Stupid's the only one I have at the moment. But yeah, classic, classic. I wish I could say more. No features. It isn't full screen. I would like to see a 4K or a new Blu-ray out there. I cleaned up very nicely. I think would be cool. Not everything has to be on 4K. I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, no, it's got to be 4K. It doesn't necessarily have to be. But I think it would really stand out if it had a 4K. And one thing I like is that one of the trolls looked like one of the clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. There's just been an ongoing debate that they use the same mask or something like that, but I think it's just the same mold that was used. And the effects and just the detail on the trolls, I think, look great. Whoever worked on this film with that, I think, did a wonderful job. So, yeah, it's a fun movie. I wish I could say more. I'm sure by now all of you have seen this, but let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. Give this video a like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to day 2 of the Halloween Horror 3. With that being said, I'm Film Talk with Mikey, and until next time, guys, we'll talk films. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon.